I was promising to start a little bit earlier, but I had to be ready, completely ready here. Still think we need a little bit more light here. This is a lot of childhood memories here. I add some photos. I felt so much like seeing this root chakra crystal that is about the mother and the victim. There is a lot this that inner child healing is needed often, and I see this. We have the below deck here also, the shadow stories. And yeah, I have this book now. So the book of shadows that if you need to read. So welcome Sagittarius. This is your monthly reading with me, Shadows Silva. And in my reading, I let your shadow meet your light so you can be whole again. And I feel a lot of happy childhood memories here. Like this is how I feel, how I made this setting. This is like, let me show some pictures. Here is my favorite climbing tree and me and my brother. Here is me and my cousins and my brother as well. We are playing theater. Always did. Here is me as a Archangel Michael, 6 years old. The school play, talking about the stuff. And my little brother showing up to say like, sister, why do you have wings? So, I mean, I was casted as an angel early on. But anyway, I love to, if I can give any healing, I mean, I'm no angel, I'm a human being, but maybe I can have some wisdom. There is empathy styles, there is all kind of empathy style. There is also, you can be wise about emotions. And I hope I can be there, that kind of sister for you in this reading, to give some nice advice, possibly for this next month to come. Let's see what we start here. I'm just looking this setting, I love it. Maybe this little polar bear can be here also with the picture. There's kind of photos around. There's like, it's a nice inner child healing to look old photos when you were a child. It's something that I don't always do, but I have childhood pictures around. Let's see immediately what is your like this kind of inner child healing cards. What would be the couple card, because it's a love reading after all. So what would be, Sagittarius, your card? So we have here, it's like a poor girl. This is Goose Girl. There is a Goose Girl story, a Grimm fairy tale from Germany, and it tells about this girl who is really a princess and then she loses the power. Maybe you should read about this because it's really like this solar plexus chakra related story, that you have to be strong about knowing who you are and not give your power away. It's kind of like a victim story itself, like the servant girl takes the place of the goose girl, and the goose girl is a real princess, but then become a servant because doesn't know how to protect the position. And then we have the shadow work guy. So this is really like a first time I get this, actually, this card, because I've been starting to lately only do this. So this is often you lose the game when you get this shadow work guy, but I see this as a positive thing. Like let's see now immediately, because there is this kind of empowered version of this. Let me see. Empowered version of this girl is, I mean, many of them can be. Even this little girl with the water playing. It doesn't have to be just a show person. Let's see other happy. But I connect this musician, somebody who is actively doing, let's say this is like actively doing something. Or where is it, this dancer? So these are like nice happy thing. Or for the boys, let's show this shadow thing. We start with this like a childhood memories. Here is the counterparts of this. It's the poor boy with a mouse in the trouser, musician, cat and a dog here. Then this dancer. But this shadow work guy game is here to show that you have some maybe inner child healing you have to do. To turn this kind of poor stories like poor me, because there's even the victim chakra crystal here, like a mother and the victim. So how can you kind of nurture yourself to keep your world safe and secure, and like that your world, the basic needs are met? Like how can you, like only when you have the basic needs met you can start to be really empowered? Because if you're creative, yes, the creative expression can get you out of that, but still the basic needs has to be met. There's some shadow work to do that. What are those very basic needs, and what are the habits, for example, that could allow you be really empowered, and so you can do your music, you can dance, whatever is that thing. Let's show now just the initial cards. Let's leave them on the table. Anyway, there is this kind of call for you in this eclipse season to address some inner child healing. What is that story? And you could let it go. You could kind of like look into it as an adult person. Like you are not anymore that child. You are adult. If you look at tarot reading, you are not anymore a child. So you can make a new meaning of this. Like Goose Girl, she was strong. She got out of that situation. It was not the end of the world, for example. It's a beautiful, empowering story. So then let's continue. Let's already show you, because we are sacred dreamers dreaming the world into being, and here we have the Shaman's Dream card, and this is kind of the theme of the reading. Okay, this one's going. Okay, many masks, the authentic self. This card came also, was it for Libra? So it seemed to be, okay, there's a little bit too much light. Is this better like that? Maybe it's a bit too bright, the light, but has to be still. Okay, so then I forgot to put the archetype cards actually to the table. So we are still taking this. This is also part of your reading. Sagittarius, we have one archetype that is now in the eclipse season, something that you should look into extra to this mask thing. What is it? Okay, so this one. Oh, the mentor. Something about mentor. 6. Oval is a beautiful thing. I already was like thinking a bit like a Harry Potter, because I was looking into this kind of, I saw just accidentally, actually was not looking into it, but it's sometimes things that comes before the reading, I start to think like, is this meaningful for Sagittarius too? Like there was some beautiful images about Scotland, that you can travel to Scotland. I mean, Harry Potter is a UK thing. Mentor. Something about that. Let's read this so we get more insight. Powerful card. Mentor. It's like I was talking about parenting yourself. Maybe you need sometimes a mentor, somebody, like you don't have to handle everything alone, but still, I mean, of course, it's good that you can be kind of parent yourself to yourself, but sometimes you do need outside help. So here is the mentor, the teacher, the sage, the guru. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. The gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. Yes. You have to be always like a student yourself too. You're always teaching others what you're learning yourself. Stay grounded, in the sense this is also grounding crystal. Barefoot walking, whatever keeps you grounded, be grounded also, if you are the mentor. When light, focused, clear, bright, remains a student. When dark, self-serving, envious of youth, righteous and rigid. Keep in mind how easy it is to project power onto another. The expressions feet of clay and cult of personality exist for a reason. And although it's typically true that parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of the home to assist their growth. It's kind of timely to talk about this parenting. You can kind of choose your idols, choose your, like, it's artistic practice itself. I don't have that book now here, but it's like Austin Klein is one author who talks about this kind of things, like how you can make kind of family tree of your people you look up to. You can look how they went about, and of course you can contact those real mentors, but if they are not alive anymore, you can kind of study what they wrote, and you can have in your bookshelf all kind of mentors. So reading books, of course, over reading would be very advisable. Okay, let me see. I took also here, I felt called to take this D.H. Lawrence text, what he says about relationship, because let's ground on the fact that we so look the feeling card of your person. This is a relationship reading after all. So here is something that he said about relationships. It's very similar, it came to somebody else. We are bleeding at the roots because we are cut off from the magic connection of the solstice and the equinox. We are cut off from the earth and from the stars. And love is grinning mockery because poor blossom we plucked from tree of life and expected to keep blooming. Interesting. A bit similar was coming, I think, for, was it Scorpio or Libra? Similar, but a different way said. But this is 100 years ago. D.H. Lawrence has said very, very, I would say, intelligent thing about relationships. One is what he's talking about in this story, or in the afterwards. This wasn't afterwards. this could be a mentor for you, even like somebody from 100 years ago, to have a perspective of the modern times. It's good to go back in time to read, to have a perspective, to not just read the people from our age, but read so far that you have a perspective, because there whatever is reason why people say certain things certain time, like they can be a little bit like influencing our times, how we present things. So get really the big picture. It's good to have like a wide perspective of the text you read. It's not only from our times, but it goes back even hundreds of years. That's my point of view, at least, because you can always predict the future looking back. So now we have so many cards. I think because I love reading, we start immediately with these feeling cards. So I put them in this Troika box. Let's see. By now I have so many feeling cards. I keep making more of them if I see something nice that goes to my soul. I feel it's connected to people, possibly. So Sagittarius person, what they're thinking, feeling really about them. This Sagittarius. And this. Okay, this. So many. Maybe I still should have a different kind of box. This is getting also small. So let's see what is here for you. Without freedom, there can be no morality, says Carl Jung. Okay. Betrayal, sacrifice, truth, stabbing in the back, cheating, guilt, lying, hurt, pain, lies, abuse, manipulation, blinded, mislead, egoistic pleasures. Something about that. Heart hurting. Nirvana about the girl. I need an easy friend. I do with an ear to lend. I do think you fit this shoe. I do, but you have a clue. I'll take advantage while you hang me out to dry. But I can't see you every night. Free. I do. Then totalitarianism begins with thought police and wins with self-censorship. An angel's warning. This is from Florian Julian David, an Instagrammer. Okay, a little political stuff here. Chi bono? Who benefits the crime? An angel's warning, also from this Florian Julian David. This is kitty cat angel. Then we have dead serious commitment. Baby. Passion bonfire, baby, please. Second chance. Once in a million, you are my person. This ring is made in hellfire. My God, Sagittarius. You have some passionate person who wants a serious commitment with you. It's saying like, this ring is made in the hellfire. But baby, please. I'm deadly serious about this commitment. Cool. Maybe there is some something passionate because you have a fire sign. Maybe there is some girl who is good to be first a friend, or I don't know, but there's some passion. Yes, okay, let's look soon into it more, because today I was thinking that, where the book went now? Oh, I'm always so clumsy. Oh, here's the book. So I thought like we are continuing this spread like I introduced last Sunday in my pick-a-pile reading, a Morrigan spread. So I'm gonna take your cards in this Morrigan spread. Book made by Mary Mort, Power of Shadows. Soon we look this crow's message for you. Before that, I'm still gonna take this a bit light and dark cards. This is from this D.H. Lawrence, Lady Chatterley's Lover. some cards like that. Let's see if we get a little bit more clearance for a relationship. What is going on? It's many month worth of cards. It's a passionate relationship going on there, or many kind of stuff going on there. So let's see what comes. Okay. Then we have still the light cards a little bit, for the reason that, Sagittarius. Okay. So what is here? New little habits, new little hopes. I think it's really pointing about this, that you should really aim to have like a new little habits, new little hopes. While you do the shadow work, you're focusing on this kind of new things, how you can make some new choices. Maybe you need mentor for that too. The cat is out of the bag along with various other pussies. So I think is with this relationship there is really like an open conversation now about maybe about the serious commitment. And then like, finally you're talking with the person you're interested of something. It's the future, he said. Okay, what is future here? Maybe this mentor. She obeyed him. He had that curious kind of protective authority. She obeyed at once. Okay. Maybe it's this girl here. I don't know. And we have one more. I hope, Connie, you won't let circumstances force you into being a demi-virge. Oh my god, this is like interestingly said. Like you would be completely like so spiritual that you would not have sex for a long time, but because you would like to be really clear-headed. Maybe it's part of the shadow work to be a little bit like a very this is about setting clear boundaries. So who gets intimate access to you? Maybe this is very important, that if you have a connection you consider it sacred. This is a sacred space also have created for you. Your intimate connection has to be sacred. You don't let just anybody close to and have access to you. And so if you have to be demi-virge, maybe it's part of like keeping you safe. I'm free. Okay, so without freedom there can be no morality. So okay, I'm free. I'm intentional. Maybe this thing here. I'm wise, definitely here. So the oval brings you a lot of light. I think this mentor thing is very good. This is very good. Even this diamond lands here. I'm always talking about what is your treasure in the dragon year. I think is understanding really deeply this shadow work and mentoring. And then understanding what this mask is in your life. We'll read this in the end. Now, I love that archetype for you. Now I take a purpose card. It's a monthly reading. What could be the actual purpose now currently in your life? So it is yoga. Your life is enchanted by yoga, stretching and exercising. Maybe that's also something to do with this mentor thing, like something very peaceful here. Okay, I feel called to take another one. Speaker. Your life purpose involves your skills of oration. Okay. So again, maybe you are mentored other people, or maybe you can even get better at speaking. I don't know, but that's your thing. Then let's see. It's good to know your strength. I mean, you know most likely that you do this, but it's good to hear it from me also. Angel, no more complaining. So complaints are affirmations of victimhood. Okay, this is victim and mother, so it's timely to talk about this. So complaints are affirmation of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power of affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. Okay, so freedom comes again here. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch this positive affirmation blossom into reality. Okay. And now, because the reading go very fast, time ticks, I'm gonna take this Morrigan spread for you. So the wings of the crow, I'm gonna look with this. And you could journal now, because the idea is like, see with the eyes of the crow, carry the messages from up and far. Morrigan can be cryptic in her answers, but also you don't have to be clear neither. So let this writing flow freely, do like automatic writing, and answers come later. So you just write whatever comes. And first, what the wind will bring you now in this eclipse season. Sagittarius, what you have to learn next. Whose help you gonna need? This. What is my biggest obstacle? And what I get, how I get like strength under my wings. Maybe one more. I get 3 cards here. Okay, let's see. So this they all go back. Maybe I'm not having the upside down now. I think that my deck was upside down. It was just upside down. So this is what the wind is bringing. It's this kind of altar. Let me see. It's kind of like a grave. It's a judgment. So I often remember when I see this card. I remember this Nico's grave in Germany, in Berlin. There's this Velvet Underground singer, Nico, and I've been in that grave. But this is kind of like an altar. Whatever is this goddess here, it could be just like a sacred space, I would say. But this is a judgment. So awakening usually. There's like some spiritual thing going on here. And that the spiritual thing is coming to you. The sacred thing is coming to you now. XX. It's beautiful to see here, this 20. Number, it's coming with the wind. So crow is showing you that, and you could journal about what this picture is bringing to you. Let's see, good. This is picture. Now you should journal about this. Then the next card is what I have to learn next. So 9 of Swords is this kind of disturbing thoughts, like she cannot sleep. She gets this kind of like all kind of dark paths, like wake up from the dream in like a, there is no peace, like she has this anxiety. So you have to learn to put stop to this, to have a peaceful night's sleep. But again, look this picture and then journal about this, automatic writing. Then, whose help I'm gonna need? So this 4 Pentacles, the Capricorn card, it is stability in the sense that here the person has done jams and all these kind of things in the summer and it's like looking the copper. What do I have here? Kind of resources. So someone who has a lot of resources, you're gonna need somebody's help, like kind of like you would have this soothing jam, like is your jam that's like just perfect jam, like when you open it, it smells nice, it reminds you of the summer, happiness, maybe the inner child. this kind of happy, like this is my happy tree, for example, in the childhood. So you have some kind of like a mentor or somebody who can bring you to this kind of closet of perfect tasting jam. Some kind of abundance. Person is able to show you the abundance or share it with you. And then what is my biggest obstacle? Okay, Eight of Swords. This is actually a card of like vicious circle. Someone who is really kind of lost in the swords, so in the thoughts, and there's like a lot of unfinished maybe things or something, like there is this anxiety here that it doesn't see how you get out of this vicious circle. Even there is this fairies flying around, kind of trying to open your eyes. But that is like this maybe is procrastination, or like kind of like overwhelm, giving up. Something like you are just like a bit like hopeless. Yeah. Like there's too much stuff. Something like that. This is overwhelm. And how can I get power under my wings? So we have a moon card. This one's got destroyed in one reading. Beautiful moon card. Anyway, there is like, now it's of course was lunar eclipse. And moon is mysterious. There's this mystic thing. This oval is also very mystic. It's kind of underneath there. Really this Harry Potter stuff. But emotional, like a cycles. Wolf and this woman. Kind of like a mermaid type. So you get strength of this kind of beautiful space. This kind of beautiful atmosphere. And this yoga card is even under it. So I think it's really this meditation, imagining yourself place like that or being exactly in a place like that. But really, this looks like a meditation with the moon, meditation with all the chakras aligned. And then we have the speaker, and here we have, of course, King of Swords. In this case, this is woman, but I mean, it's person who's showing from the, like if here was this, all this like a scribbling and a mess, here is like very organized, like, okay, is teaching something and speaking. And then High Priestess, wow. How can I get air behind my wings? But yes, I think I have to end this reading here because I just hear my child is waking up. And he should not. And we have this mask card here, but I did read it in the other reading. You can look what I said in the other reading about this. So we leave it to that. I have to stop now because I cannot be here longer. So thank you for seeing this, and I hope you can write good things about this. The High Priestess card here is very beautiful, that you have this intuitive knowledge, and the Moon card with it. So wow. Okay. Thank you.